a win the team really needed in an important year and an important point in the cycle?
Look, I think we earned it. Worked hard. I thought the real blemishes might have been our handling. I think even with the dewy conditions, we want to hold on to more of those opportunities because we created a heap, especially in that first 50 or 60 minutes. But we built the game. We said we wanted to be able to build a score, and we were able to build the score through moments that we had the dominance, and then when we didn't have dominance, we found a sort of way, whether it was through the defensive line out, or through the scrum, or through our D, or just through desperation to get back and defend. We sort of got ourselves out of a jam a couple of times doing that. And that's a good quality to be able to use that.
You must be particularly pleased with the set piece performance, Jack.
Yeah, I want to keep building there. I am pleased, but I want to be more pleased, if that's a reasonable thing to say. I think we've got a lot of potential there. Simon Raului, who wasn't here tonight because he's been ill, he's building a nice little group there. We've got to keep improving. These are the key areas of the game that, in tournament play in particular, they count for a lot. And, yes, tonight was good. We built on last week's, and then we want to be building on that again when we get to the next game.
Michael, you gave Christian a good slab of time there, created a really good try, taking it to the line. What was your overall impression?
I thought he handled it pretty well. For his first foray back into the test arena for a while. The game was going forward a lot when he was on the field, so I had to try to keep up there with the way the game was going, because a lot of it was coming off the halfback just by nature, but the way that was being played. But he positioned himself nicely. He positioned others with his distribution, ran a couple of times, kicked his goals, defended well, and I thought he was very, very solid in the 50 minutes he played.
When you replaced your halves sort of in that 10 or 8 minute period and the attack sort of quietened down quite a bit, are you pleased that they were still able to hold on to the scoreline and
sure. The try we gave away was a little bit, just popped out the side. We had killed them all, and it sort of just popped out. We got caught on the hop there a little bit, but we looked, the only other time we risked there was when they had that long breakout and Marika got back and saved it. But I just think that they showed good camaraderie on the field, good teamwork to sort themselves out on many occasions. And look, it wasn't brilliant. No one's claiming that it's brilliant, but I thought there was a lot of things that we built on from last week that were able to change the scoreline in a way that let us be in charge, as opposed to last week where we didn't capitalise on those things. That we were behind in the score, and the sort of scoreboard pressure told on us. So that's what you want to build on, and we want to be able to build again into the next game.
Mario described your set-piece dominance as weird in reference to why his team, which is normally known as such a strong scrum, how would you describe it?
Look, Mario knows us very well, so he understands what we have been trying to do in the past, and he understands how, being a hooker himself, he understands how important the set-piece battle is. And I think our forwards are trying to step up a bit more every week around trying to get the control of the match themselves. And we've got to keep meeting those challenges up front. It comes in many different forms: physicality, aggression, scrum, maul. That's where you set a platform. It's as traditional in rugby and cliched perhaps, but it's the reality.
And the fact that it didn't relent when you subbed in Slips and Tupou, they won a scrum, I think, straight away. That's...
Yeah. Taniella's been, he's been working on himself hard to get better, I think, and fulfil his potential. James, he's got that experience. He knows he's been scrumming well all year. I actually felt Tolulatu had a very good game when he came on. He was very active at the ruck and showed a lot of discipline around when the referee told him to get away from the ball. He got away, so he was looking to cause trouble there, which is a good thing for us. And I thought the front row starting front row and the replacements did very well.
How did that feel to be amongst hoops with just the dominance you had all night with your forwards?
Yeah, it was a really good energy to be around. I think that crew of six, and even the guys who aren't playing in the team at the moment, working really hard. on themselves and each other. So there's some really good feedback going on between them, and I think that's why what we saw tonight was a build in performance there. So the way that the starting front row were able to set that up for the guys coming on and finishing the game was really pleasing.
What about handling errors? Check touched on it. What do you think's happening there? Because there's a lot of drop ball. Is it just a G?
I'm not going to make any excuses.
Yeah.
I think we could have been smarter around the ruck. Maybe controlled it. Not want to play a slower game, but just sort of showed some of that shape that we showed in the first half. I think that maybe would have helped it. And then controlling the ball at the ruck. Playing a team like Argentina, they were able to pounce on that sort of stuff. So, how we could control that better is something we'll look at.
Both teams had quite a bit of it in the first 15 minutes. It wasn't something that was exclusive to the men in gold. Was that just a symptom of the game? Both teams wanting really enthusiastic and.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, that dewy ground, playing this time of night. No, it's not an excuse. It's just
You just said no excuse.
No.
It's
a factor.
It's a factor.
It's a factor.
I got it wrong.
That was part of the factor that that we're both two teams into playing together. So it's always both teams are going to have ways of working out what they're going to want to play in the back end of the year. Then dewy ground, and then some other things. So all part of it.
Do you get the soapy ball out of training check or what's the...
Mate, I think that you got, it's concentration sometimes. Genuinely, I think guys are, in the first half in particular, were running into a lot of good spaces. So they get eager, they creep up a bit too close just because they want to be in it. I've seen a lot of good energy from the team, to be part of the game. You're not seeing us really slow to anything. I think a couple of the rucks we got caught at for holding on, the quick ball probably got us on the hop from the one before. So we've got to learn, if we're going to play like that, we've got to make sure we're a bit more present on the ball there. But I believe that it's just more concentration. I'm in a hole here. I'll just take this ball. The first thing I'll do is take this ball and go with it, and then I'll see what happens after that. Not thinking about how I might shift it to the next guy or whatever. You'll do that by nature.
Hoops, you got a lot of value out of Lucan and Nizarani again, just making some good, strong metres, Karevi as well. What's it like to feel that your big ball runners, your big 105, 110, 115 kilo guys are doing their job that way?
I thought their leg drive after contact was really impressive, particularly Issy. Off the kickoff there, he gets hit, and then he just manages to keep getting you an extra 5 metres, which as a defensive line, putting you back that extra bit really hurts. And I think that was part of why we're able to exit our own zone quite well, and our kickers were on song there, putting us on halfway, and feeling like our forward pack was going forward. So, him doing that, and then I was really impressed with Lucan tonight and his ability to go into the next job. I know it was a slippery ball, and there was things happening there, and his ability to go from attack to defence, showed a bit of a real step up in maturity tonight. He's only played a handful of tests, but seeing the way he went about his business tonight, I thought Lucan was really impressive. And then again, with their mindset at the line out, it's a step forward, but it's a building block. So looking to go there and then go another level.
As a captain, how important is a win when you're looking to harness momentum?
It's
How do you want them to work with?
Yeah, exactly. Like you said, momentum, and it's a reward. These guys, staff as well, we've all been putting in big shifts, and you just need a little bit of a pat on the back sometimes in the form of a win in every way, and sort of show that what you can do, and paint a bit of a picture of what your week looks like to add to that result. So we've got a little bit of a blueprint now, and we'll be looking to add to that and certainly get better. I think we've got so much more to grow on and off the field.
Yeah, I think win's really important for the 32,000 people that showed up tonight. Suncorp's an unreal place to play footy. Queensland people are so strong behind rugby. Like all week, they've been down in the hotel or at training or wherever we see them supporting us, and they all had their flags and cheering, and that to see them all smiling and happy after the game, that's a big reward for us, And when we get to Perth for that game and the anthem's being sung beforehand, I think we're going to hear a lot of Aussies get right behind the team. So that's what we want as we build into a World Cup.
How How big a step up will Perth be, do you think? And what's required?
As big a step as we want to take. It's up to us. How big, when we talk about what steps up require, we don't know. It's the step that we're prepared to take. You know, we're prepared to go up another, I don't know how many levels it might take, but whatever it is, it's about whether we want to take the step up or whether we will take the step up to go and compete there.
Are you expecting Dave to be available for that game?
Dave Pocock.
Yeah.
The first one, I couldn't tell you right now. We'll wait to see that he'll work through the week off. For most players, he'll work through, and then we'll assess it when we get to it. We really wanted to stay away from putting a date on it because there's been too many dates put on it already. We're just trying to work to the next milestone. So on Friday or Thursday, he ran, or Friday I think it was, full game speed. He's getting everything sorted out. Now we'll see how he recovers, how he builds up during the week. He needs to do a whole week with the team, you know what I mean, in everything. And I think once he's done that, then he should be right again.
I guess with James O'Connor, that sort of broken the chord in some ways. He's come back, he's played 12 minutes, he's got all that emotion out with singing the anthem, the weird stuff about being so long away. Do you think that'll be helpful in propelling into the next stage?
Yeah, I think he's had a big few weeks, you know. He wasn't even in Australia until a couple of weeks ago, and I thought the crowd were awesome. When he came on the field, they gave a massive cheer. And, you know, when that happens, like when Christian came off, when Willie came off, when James went on, I think how much that motivates players. Like you get the hairs on your back when you hear the crowd getting connected to the team like that in those moments. And I thought that was great. And yeah, he didn't get to do much, but I think I just want him to get out there and get the nerves out, you know, because I can see him playing a big part further down the track.
How do you
We
intend to
use,
use him?
I don't want to use just playing footy, really, you know what I mean? That's how we use most players. No, I'm only mucking around. But I don't know, like maybe in the centre, maybe in the back three. So that's pretty much just avoiding the question at this point. But yeah, like he's versatile and he can play all those positions. So he's picked as a back three reserve today, but he ended up playing in the centre. So gave him a bit of a look there, and that's probably where midfield. He's good, highly skilled player, but he can play everywhere, you know.
Do you want to have your best team? Do you want to play or start your best team? What do you think is your best team in one of the next two tests?
Well, that'll come down to discussion with the selectors. You know, we'll meet again this week and we'll go through what we think we want to achieve with the next game. And now we've seen a lot of guys, you know, playing some footy, and the opportunities they've been given. There might still be a place for a player or two that hasn't played as yet. There's still a few guys that haven't played. We still haven't had Alan Alatoa, Adam Coleman hasn't played yet. Poe hasn't played yet. So there's still a bunch of guys that that haven't played as yet. And Ashley Cooper, there's a bunch of them out there. And I think that once we discuss what we want to get out of those games, obviously we know that it's pretty clear what the objective is in those games. But how we're going to get what we want, then we'll nail it down.
You talked about momentum so much. How important is it now after a win to keep that going? You've got to balance that with giving those guys their chance. How do you do that?
What I'm seeing in the way the guys are going about their business is they've had a lot of guys play their first game tonight, just of the series even, and haven't played footy for a while. So you saw that they were very committed in everything they brought. There was no lack of effort on the field. And I think that anyone that comes in, whether they've played games or they haven't, they'll be ready to go and try and build on that momentum. We know how difficult the task will be. But as I've always said, and in particular this year, I really believe in these players. They're just the environment they're creating at the moment amongst themselves, nothing to do with us. What they're doing amongst themselves will help power them on to achieve bigger things than they thought they could earlier on in the year.